We're touring castles today. And like any good day, I have to start the day off with the Diet Coke. They don't have Diet Coke in Germany, but they have Coca-Cola Light, and it tastes like Coke Zero. Now, I'm not usually a morning person, but if I'm getting up early to see a castle, I'll do it with a smile on my face. We got there pretty early, so the castle wasn't even open for tours yet. So we went and toured the church first, and it was beautiful. And then it was a bit of a hike up to the castle, but it was so worth it. I can't wrap my brain around the fact that all of this was built hundreds of years ago. Walking through it, I like to pretend that I was a pretty princess. This whole day, I like to imagine that I was a modern day princess house hunting. This gave me the heebie-jeebies though. This place had tunnels, but in the tunnels, it had a bunch of information on the castle. I'm starting to rethink my life choices. Maybe I need to marry a billionaire so he can get me a castle. Because if I could wake up to this view every morning, I don't think I'd ever be sad. Everything in this place was like a real life movie. Nothing I've ever seen before. This freaked me out though. I didn't like that. I loved this though. Imagine throwing parties here after your friend finally ends her 3-year situationship. Anyways, after viewing this place, we took a hike down, hopped in the car, and headed to the next place. I took a nap on the way over and opened my eyes to another castle. And this village looks like it was straight from Pinterest. Pictures and videos will never do this justice. It was so beautiful in person. The only downside was the insane hike up to the castle, which we found out afterwards we didn't need to do because there were bus shuttles. We hiked and hiked and hiked. But I mean, look at this view. It was so incredibly worth it. Again, videos and photos just will never do this justice because that painting right there is huge. Words cannot describe how good it smelled. Like, you know how it smells really good when it's about to rain outside? Well, imagine that, but 10 times better. For this tour, we actually did have a guide. The tour was in German, but they did have an English guide for us to follow and learn all about. Like, something so cool about this castle is all of the locks are extra special. All of them have a guide on them in case the guards were drunk and needed a little extra help to get the key in the lock. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. The detail and everything was so beautiful and so insane. Honestly, these tours just made me hate modern houses because of how plain and sleek they are. Like, everything from floor to ceiling has detail in it. I genuinely think this place had the best views. The only time I'm seeing architecture like this in Florida is when I go to Harry Potter Land and Universal, and it's still nowhere near as beautiful as this is. And there's thousands of castles along this river. I think my new life goal is seeing every single one of them. But after all that walking, we hiked back down. The whole walk down, I was just plotting in my head how I was going to marry a billionaire so I can get a castle and live my pretty princess life that I was always meant to live. The hike down was way easier than the hike up. I will tell you that right now. But after that, we had to stop and get some lunch. And of course, I got schnitzel. I think I got schnitzel every single day I was in Germany. After that, we headed to our hotel where we would be meeting up with some of my dad's German friends, saw more castles on the way, and went to bed. Love you. Bye.